I see you. You're frustrated, you're stressed out, you're overworked, you're overwhelmed, and you are just desiring to pivot into online profits. You're not exactly sure how to do it, but you know that you want to do it. Well, if that's you, my friend, stay close, because in today's episode of the Online Business Clinic podcast, we're going to take a deeper dive into how to do just that. So, hang tight. Hey there, thanks for joining me for this episode of the Online Business Clinic podcast. I'm your host, life and business success strategist, Molly Ann Luna. And maybe from the intro, you could tell that we are in quite a little noisy place here. I'm coming at you. Today we are in my car. It's a very nice car, but today we are in my car studio because the stay-at-home, shelter-at-home, I believe my family and I are on day 42. I have to look at a calendar, but I think we're like on day 40-something. And the walls are closing in on me. So the car is my safe haven. So my apologies for the less than ideal audio quality, but here we are. In this week's episode, I want to share with you some strategies on how to pivot into online profits. Now, there are 3 critical elements that I believe every entrepreneur must have in order to successfully thrive. Okay? Number 1 is self-awareness. Recognizing who you are, where your business is right now. Where is your starting point? Wherever it is, it doesn't matter. If you are thousands of dollars in debt, if you are at zero, if you are making 10 grand a month, wherever you are is totally fine. But we've got to really take an honest look at where you currently are. From there, you need to have the willingness to expand your self-awareness. Because in every single moment, we are either in a space of growth or decay. We are either expanding into the next level of self and into the next level of business, or we are contracting and we are going backwards. And so many business owners I've spoken to in the last few weeks come from more of a traditional, quote unquote, old school mentality, brick and mortar, where they are physically unable to unlock their doors and to service their clients and customers in the way that they once were because of the pandemic that is happening right now. And that makes my heart super sad. It is also an invitation, if that's you and you can identify as one of those business owners, this is your invitation, my friend, to then step into number 2. Well, number 1, recognize where you are. Literally, your hands are tied. You can't do business as you once did. So number 2, it is your opportunity to now expand your level of self-awareness, which give yourself a pat on the back because you are. You're here. You can probably hear a bunch of noise in the background. Sorry about that. But give yourself a pat on the back. You are here. You're listening to the podcast. You are ready to expand your level of self-awareness. So you've already got number 2 done. You don't know what you don't know. I don't know what I don't know. There's so much information at our fingertips all of the time, especially in the realm of online business building, that it feels like it should be an easy answer and that you've got no excuse to not know what you don't know, but you don't know what you don't know. But as long as you have a willingness to explore, to expand your awareness, first of all, and then to explore alternatives of conducting business, you, my friend, you will still thrive during this crazy time. And then this ties into number 3. In order to be able to really expand your awareness, you still have to surround yourself with people. And while we cannot connect in person, okay, we are connecting right now. You are in my car with me right now. We are able to connect digitally. We are able to connect virtually, face to face. If we were to jump on a Zoom call, for example, we are still able to connect. And you as a business owner, no matter where you are on your journey, you need to surround yourself with like-minded, heart-centered, driven business people in what is called a mastermind. Because when 2 or more people come together, there I am. That infinite, amazing source, that godlike essence, if you're into using the term God, but that energy force that cannot be denied. All great ideas come from an exchange of information between 2 or more people. So in order to really pivot into online profits and to really thrive, I just want to ground in that those are the first 3 steps. Identifying where you are, having a level of self-awareness. Number 2, the willingness to expand your self-awareness, the willingness to ask better questions, the willingness to recognize you don't know what you don't know, but you're ready and open to figure it out. And number 3, you're willing to figure it out with a group of like-minded, heart-centered entrepreneurs that are going to come together and to really give you ideas and exchange ideas with one another so that you can collect all of your micro little puzzle pieces that you need to really thrive in the online space and click them all into place. So that's the foundation. From there, I want to say to you this week that in the world of online business building, things can get really confusing very quickly. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of great ways to do business. And before you get yourself into a tailspin of Google searching every single way to conduct business, let's say, for example, you are a personal trainer who's used to training one-on-one with people, or you're a coach, or you're a nutritionist, or you're a doctor, or you do something where you are used to exchanging your physical energy and your time and your space with another person interacting face-to-face. If that's you and you're like, I don't even know where to begin to pivot into online profits, what I would say to you is don't let yourself get into a tailspin of I don't know how. But instead just ask better questions. What is it that I need, bare bones minimum, to get started? And I'll share with you just really quickly my story. If you've never heard it before, I'll do my best to keep it short, but you can go back to previous episodes because I know I go more in depth about this. The very first business that I started was a health business, and it was me exchanging my time, energy, and resources face-to-face. When I decided to pivot into the online space, the only tools that I used in order to take it from 0 to 6 figures within 6 months included posting on Facebook, but this was way back in the day when you could post on Facebook and people could actually see your posts. So that is a strategy, but maybe not the best strategy for right now. I'm just letting you know what I used. I used free tools, all free tools. Posting on Facebook, and I used Word document to type up my nutrition plans and my workout plans, and I used Gmail, and that was it. Oh, and the phone. I would call them up on the phone sometimes. So the phone, Gmail, Word document, because I didn't know about Google Forms then, or Google Docs, or maybe it wasn't a thing, and Facebook. That was it. 4 simple digital tools. Oh, nope, that's not it. Number 5, payment. I used PayPal for them to send me their electronic funds payment. And also at the time, for some of them that I had known in real life, I would let them mail me a check. So those were the 5 things. And even though the digital landscape has changed dramatically since 2011, when I first started dipping my toe into this online space, those same elements still come into place. You need to have a way of connecting and communicating with your client. So whether that is over the phone, or if that's using something like FaceTime or a virtual conferencing tool like Zoom, you can use those. You can use the free versions, or you can pay just a little bit more, and you can, get some of the upgraded features. But downloading an application such as Zoom, or using something like Google Hangouts, where then you can see them face-to-face virtually, is awesome. You need that. The next thing is you need a way to collect payment. And I don't want you to get frazzled or frustrated and that you have to become a techno guru to figure this out, because you really don't. You can set up a PayPal account. You can use Stripe. There's lots of different tools out there. There's Square. I've heard a few people in the community asking about, what is it called? Venmo. Do not use Venmo. Venmo is not meant for business. If you are exchanging your time, energy, and resources in exchange for business funds, for a business investment from your clients, do not use Venmo. That is a no-go. But the 2 that I like to use is PayPal or Stripe. Stripe is really the way I collect most of my funds. And don't let yourself get overwhelmed by that. You can go to YouTube. You can type in how to set up Stripe. Look for the most recent video. Someone has done a recent tutorial in the last 6 to 12 months. Watch it and then follow it step by step by step. Everything that you need to know in how to pivot into online profits, into business building, into really thriving and being a success, they are all learnable skills. So give yourself permission, give yourself some grace as you're navigating this. This brings up a story, just thinking about my children in this moment. My son Hero is 5 months old, and he is currently working on developing the skill of crawling. For some reason, he's choosing to bypass sitting up, and I know the reason. He has a 3.5-year-old sister who is jumping, doing somersaults, dancing, kicking, and he just looks at her in awe, going, holy cow, I didn't even know we were able to do that. I didn't know I was able to do that. So he's increased his self-awareness. He recognizes where he is right now. He's opened himself up to self-awareness because he's in a mastermind with his sister of 2 more people coming together, exchanging ideas. He's like, oh, I can do that. And so he has been working every day and night, not sleeping, working on crawling because it's a learnable skill. Communicating, a learnable skill. I'm in my car. I had to learn how to drive. I wasn't born learning how to drive. I had to work towards it. So I want you to allow yourself to have some grace while you are striving to attain or implement the skills that you need to successfully pivot into the online space. Let me get back to the tools that you need. We were talking about 5 core things, right? So we've talked about the communication element, the payment element. If there's going to be a way of exchanging visual information or content in written form, a favorite tool that I love is canva.com. You can find all of these links to these tools by heading to mollyandluna.com/smart tools, by the way. But Canva is really great for creating worksheets or just about anything that you need, honestly, any marketing campaign materials. Or, you know what, just simply going right back. I use G Suite, but Gmail is a free tool. You can use Gmail, use a Google Doc, and fire it off with those email campaigns. Very simple. I do not want you, if you take anything away from today's episode, I do not want you to get hung up on the technical elements. This is something that we can do together inside of the online business clinic or inside one of my mastermind groups, okay? I just want you to know that me and my team and my fellow legacy leaders, we are here for you. If you're like, I know where I'm at, I know I need help, I'm open to expanding my awareness, I'm interested in figuring out how to put together a marketing sales funnel, I really want to pivot into online profits. If that's you and you're raising your hand, then by all means reach out to us. You can go to the show notes for this episode number 40, and at the very bottom, you can submit your application to join one of my business mastermind groups. And we are here to help guide you and support you. But the biggest thing I just want you to walk away with from listening to today's episode is that do not allow yourself to continue to operate in a space of stressed out, overworked, overwhelmed, uncertain. Be someone who is willing to recognize where you're at. There's a lot of things out there out of your control right now, but the one thing you can control is what you are thinking and feeling about it, your level of self-awareness. Be someone who's willing to expand it and say, I don't know what I don't know, but I'm willing to ask questions. I'm willing to figure it out. I know that everything is a learnable skill, and there are certain skills I need to learn in order to set up better processes and systems for my business. And be someone who's willing to co-create and collaborate via a mastermind with other individuals. So my friend, that is what I have for you today. That is what I have for you today. Now it's your turn. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know, where are you in your business? What is your line of business? Are you feeling called into pivoting into online profits? And what does that look like for you? And if you're uncertain, you're unsure, you're unclear, reach out to me, okay? Send me an email, mollyann@mollyandluna.com, or send me a direct message on Instagram @mollyandluna. I want to connect with you, and I want to help support you and guide you on this journey as you're navigating the new normal. With that being said, I wish you all of the best, and I plan on meeting you right back here, same time, same place, next week. Bye for now.
Are you ready to build true wealth for both yourself and your future generations to come? If so, I'd like to invite you to become a legacy leader by joining us inside of the Legacy Leaders community. This is a place to connect with heart-centered self-starters like yourself who are striving to master their minds and build a legacy. It's a place to let go of generational and cultural beliefs that have been holding you back. It's a place to reclaim your creative power, become your own boss, and build that profitable and portable business you've always dreamed of. Come create lifestyle and financial freedom with us inside of the Legacy Leaders community so that you too can live and leave your legacy.